Hey, what's up? Welcome to Offshore Audio. I'm Andrew, I'm a live sound engineer, and I'm here to bring you tips and tricks for mixing better live events. Part of mixing better live events is being able to do it quicker, right? Because the quicker you can get something done, the happier your customers are, your clients are, your employers are, and you get a little more time to chill out, to feel secure, and sort of prepare yourself mentally for whatever show is coming or has been. With that in mind, I'm going to show you how to configure the soft keys on your M32 or X32 mixer, or how I configure the soft keys to get the most out of them and help get things done in a mixing situation much quicker. If you're just getting started mixing live shows, then I have a gift for you, and that is my 3-step guide to perfect EQ. This is just a PDF guide that I've put together that shares my strategy for EQing any sound source and getting it sounding great. And that can be channel EQ, monitors, front of house, doesn't matter, the principles remain the same. You can get that by heading to offshoreaudio.no/EQ or by clicking the link in the description below this video. But without further ado, let's dive in and look at soft keys. So loads of mixers have soft keys and sort of assignable keys, customizable keys. They call them different things. And what they let you do is it's just a bunch of controls that you can assign whatever parameters you want to on the mixer. Now, one thing I'm always doing at shows is mixing monitors, right? Most mixers have a button that you press to change to sends on fader, and then you're sending your mix to whatever monitor you just pressed. But the M32 and X32 don't actually have that, and it's really a pain in the ass, isn't it? You have to go into your sort of bus section, select the bus that you want, press the sends on fader button, and then you're ready to send to your monitors. Doesn't sound like a lot of work, but it annoys me. So we're going to use the soft keys to fix that. Here's an M32, right? An M32R, rack-mounted version, smaller version. And you see that we have our soft keys here. There's 8 of them. Now, on the larger format M32 and X32 consoles, there will be a section to the side which has 8 buttons, but it also has 4 sort of encoders that we can program. And on top of that, there are 3 pages of presets. So we can actually press on each of these buttons and have a whole new set of controls that are available. So that means that on the larger format consoles, you can have 12 encoder presets and 24 soft keys that you can assign values to. And that is incredibly useful. But I'll show you on the smaller one. So what you do to get to the assign section is you just press this view key down here, and then up on the screen, it's going to show you the home page, right? Which is fairly useless. Now the software is the same on all of these mixers, so you actually see the encoder section, even though we don't have those physical encoders available on this mixer. So what we want to do on either console is page over to the next page, and then you can select your buttons over here. Just use that dial to select button 1, and then, like I said, I will show you setting them up as sort of sends on fader so that we can just press that key when we want to send to a monitor. We just scroll up on this section here to target type. We set to jump to page. The target should be sends on fader. And then the channel bus, we're going to scroll down until we get to our mixes. And then I'm going to set this first button to mix 1. And I will set the rest of the buttons to mix 1, 2, 3, and 4. What that means now is that these first 4 keys here are my sort of quick keys for mixing monitors. Previously, I would have had to have pressed the bus menu, select my bus, and then press sends on fader for me to get access to that. But now, all I need to do when I've got my DCAs ready here is I just press number 1, and now I have my send to my first monitor mix here. So if someone asks you to give them something more on your monitor, you can really quickly go through all of the monitor mixes. You don't have to spend time going through pages, it's just right there for you. On top of that, another great thing that we can set these soft keys to is to send to our effects buses, right? So say I want to have my reverb ready. I know that people want reverb all the time, and I know that I like to adjust reverb on the fly. I might set another one of these keys to be ready for me to just press and send to the reverb. So then in combination with having a DCA over here for the master for that reverb, I have like total control over my reverb just from the press of the buttons available here. I don't need to go through any pages. Now, like I said, on the larger console, you have these rotary controls, and I quite like to set them to be my reverb times. So if I have a couple of reverbs, then I can just control the times and get them dialed in really quickly to suit the sort of singer or the event that I'm on. And as well as that, I like to have the feedback control for my delay time ready there, because Another thing that I do here is I will use the soft keys, and I will set one of these soft keys to be the tap tempo. Do that by just heading here, and then you go to Effect button, and we select Effect Parameters. Select whichever one is your delay. For me, it's X3. And then you can go down here, and you can go to Time. And you'll see now that the button is flashing, and I can tap that button to set the delay time in my delay unit in the effects page. So now I have control over my reverb times, my delay times, and my delay feedback percentage, just all on the surface here. Another cool thing to do is on these different pages to set up these different rotaries to control, for example, your compressor. Now I have my compressor threshold setting here already, but I could have my attack and my release controls here so that I can really dial that compression in properly without having to go into the compression menu and start playing with these rotaries up here. Similarly, I could do the same for gates. It gets even better. If you were working a conference, you could set these to be control of all your individual de-essers. So you could be turning on and off de-essers or dialing in the amount just with the touch of these rotary controls instead of having to go into the effects menu and digging into that. So tell me now, what are you going to use these for? What's your aha moment? What are you thinking, man, that's really solved my problem, I'm going to do that next time? Let me know. So loads of mixers have soft keys and sort of assignable keys, customizable keys. They call them different things. And what they let you do is it's just a bunch of controls that you can assign whatever parameters you want to on the mixer. Now, one thing I'm always doing at shows is mixing monitors, right? Most mixers have a button that you press to change to sends on fader, and then you're sending your mix to whatever monitor you just pressed. But the M32 and X32 don't actually have that, and it's really a pain in the ass, isn't it? You have to go into your sort of bus section, select the bus that you want, press the sends on fader button, and then you're ready to send to your monitors. Doesn't sound like a lot of work, but it annoys me. So we're going to use the soft keys to fix that. I'm going to leave a video up here that is really in-depth on routing on the M32 and X32 mixers. That way you can be an absolute master at the routing screen on those mixers, and you will be able to get sound to go wherever you want it to. Until next time, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.